G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my team update video for February. This was meant to come out the following week, but I'm just running out of ideas for content, so I thought I'd give you another. The last time I did one of these, so I counted up how many players have changed in my team. 10 new players in this team and 10 that have gone out. So there's been a little bit of change because the past couple of weeks, I've been running with an 11 premium setup, which doesn't fill me with too much confidence. I remember last year I did 11 primos in my team, and round one I was ranked 55k. So look, I'll have to just try my best to get to 12 premiums. I think that's just how I'm seeing it, to be honest. But yeah, look, as you can see, I'm somewhere else. I'm at Noosa for my holiday, so really nice spot. Beautiful backdrop. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, doesn't it? So yeah, so thought I'd do a team update. I might do a team previews, so all 18 clubs do a team preview maybe over the next week. Just bulk record videos and release 2 or 3 a day before the match simulations on Thursday. So I might look to do something like that. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. Let's get into the team. Just need to bring up on my phone the actual team, wherever it is. All right, here we go. So D1 is still Tom Stewart. Pretty easy pick for me because I think he's the highest owned 600k player down back in the game. And I think Tom Stewart's just a bloke, if you don't have, he's going to kill you. And I don't want to run the risk of that. Right, my D2 now. You guys might not have seen much of my team over the past couple of weeks, but I haven't had Angus Brayshaw in my team for a little bit now. Obviously, he was in my last team update, but really sort of today I've put him back in. I think he provides us a bit of value there because I think he's got the potential to be a top 8 defender for the season. I just think 550k being running through that Melbourne midfield, I really like the sound of that. Now, one thing that would concern me is that Kazai Pickett's going to be spending a bit more time in the midfield. But look, for now, we've got Brayshaw in here. I won't lie, I've really sort of built up this team today and really updated it because I try as much as I can. I try to stay off the team update as much as I can because when I do, I spend about an hour or 2 hours adjusting this team until I like it. So today I've had a little run around with this team, and look, this is just what I'm thinking. Now at D3, I've got Hayden Young. I'm pretty sure I had Hayden Young maybe my first team review, my team update. But look, I prefer him over Dacos. He's getting a lot of the kick-ins. I need to see if Luke Ryan is going to continue. Oh, sorry, if Luke Ryan's going to affect that at all. I'm not sure if any of the match sims has had him involved or he's been on the other team. So I'd like to see that. So this is all about seeing the match simulations, the practice games, stuff like that. So I'd love to know if Luke Ryan's going to affect too much, if he's going to affect Hayden Young at all, to be honest. So that's the main thing I'm looking at. By the way, I was looking at I remember watching Abdul's Hayden Young player review, and it really put me off the pick. But then at the same time, he's just having a great preseason. I feel like I need one of these value defenders in there. And if I had to pick between Hayden Young and Nick Dacos at the minute, I've got Hayden Young. So I've just gone with him. You probably won't see many sides with 3 premiums. I just don't like having a 5th premium with my current structure. Obviously, I can't have more than 2. And I've got 3 premiums in the forward line. I don't really like to have more than 3. So it's just ended up in the back line. Sorry about I'm not sure if you guys can hear the birds. They won't shut up. So I should have done this inside. So Elliot Yeo, he's got good history in the past of scoring tons. He's running really well in pre-season, running through that half back line in midfield. There was only one issue, and that was before the Christmas break. So that doesn't concern me too much. Obviously, if he gets any injury concern now, I'll get rid of him. But for now, I like Elliot Yeo here as my mid-pricer pick. My phone keeps turning off. That's just fantastic. And I've got his first year teammate in Ruben Ginbey. Now, Ruben Ginbey seems like he is absolutely flying at the minute for the West Coast Eagles. And look, he's playing it. Him and Yo are sort of, Ginbey and Yo are sort of swapping around. So in the match sim, so if Yo is on the half back line, Ginbey would be in the midfield. If Ginbey is on the half back line, Yo would be in the midfield. It's just really interesting. So I like the idea of having the combination of both, to be honest. And then D6 is Connor McKenna. Now, I think McKenna should still play, but it looks like him and Wilmot are fighting aggressively for a spot in that team. But I like that. I mean, I guess we'll find out more with team selection, whether McKenna gets in or Wilmot gets in. But look, I'm still happy to actually include both of these blokes in. And obviously, if one gets injured, then it's just an absolute lock for one of the other blokes. But yeah, look, I'm quite happy to have both of them in. And then Josh Weddle, absolutely flying. Looks like he's going to be in round one. So we love to hear it. All right. M1 still Clayton Oliver. Speaking of Abdul, I remember watching this video, but I don't know, just sometimes I just like locking in the big blokes. We all have our different philosophies and all that, and Abdul has his own. But look, for me, I just like locking in the big boys, so I don't have to worry about these blokes during the season. I just want to lock in the best of the best, and then go from there and worry about some of the other blokes. So I've got Clayton Oliver in there. He'll be my captain, vice captain, loophole thing for the whole season, ideally. The Bontempelli hasn't really left my side since the team picker first got involved. He's just a fantastic player to watch, and with Dunkley going the lines, he's going to get a bit more time in the midfield, you would hope, and not spend as much time down forward. You've also got Rory Lobb going forward, so yeah. Tom Green is my M3. Now, this is the issue with going back to a 12 premium setup that I've found is just going with more value and not as much certainty, which I really like the certainty that I went with, I guess, sort of last year. But I guess you always got to look back to your mistakes. And I think my mistakes for me was maybe paying up a little too much for some of these premiums. And sometimes you just got to go for the value and just hope for the best. So, look, I think what I'm thinking in my head is I definitely need to go back to the 12 premium setup because last year, I mean, I know I had Hewitt in there, but then after that was 11 premiums. So, yeah, you just got to try to lock in as much of the big boys as you can. And if you need to side swap any of them, then so be it. So, Tom Green's in the side. He's absolutely killing it in pre-season, and I expect him to be a top 12 mid for the season. Now, the other one I've got, this might be the first time he's in my team in an update, is Tom Mitchell. I don't love the pick, but I think it just works with my 12 premium setup. So, look, it is what it is. So, he'll be spending a bit of time in the midfield, of course, a lot more mid-time than he did at Hawthorn. He'll be dishing out a lot of handballs to the blokes like the Goey, Pendlebury, Dacos, Crisp, etc. So, yeah, I guess I'm okay with Mitchell as the pick. I would have preferred maybe I would have loved a bloke like a Tuke Miller or who's another one? Tuke Miller I would have liked. McRae. Oh, if Bont's in there, I'll quickly say it, but I don't want to go the two Bulldogs mids. I want to go one or the other because what I found last year was we had all these Dogs midfielders that we were picking in our team. And let's say we had four of them. Two of them would go great. Two of them would go pretty average or poor. So I kind of want to limit the Dogs boys in the midfield. I don't have to talk about much about this bloke, but Jacob Hopper, absolute lock. I've seen recently that he's been on a modified program, but that hasn't caused me too much concern just yet. I'd be concerned if he was a premium, but as a mid-pricer, I'm okay with it. I think he played the most recent match sim and it was very good. So I think everything's okay. Will Ashcroft, he should win the Rising Star by the length of the Flemington Straight. He's up there with the day costers and all that. So I think we're going to expect a big year out of Will Ashcroft, and I think we're going to expect a big year out of the Brisbane Lions, and I think their benchmark should be winning a premiership. I think it's getting to a point now where they really got to try to go for it, to be honest, and reach that next step. Cam McKenzie, feel like I'm the only bloke that owns this bloke, but he's going to play round one in a very young Hawthorn side. I expect him to have a bit of a role. I think Blake Hardwick said on SEN he looks ready to be an inside midfielder. Maybe it's due to structure, but I don't get why not many people are picking this bloke. Maybe because first year player, and that's sort of the blokes maybe we tend to avoid now, especially with the new sub rule. So I can understand that, but I'll roll the dice. I think he'll have a better role than Josh Ward, to be honest, in his first year. So, well, I think he'll have a better role than what Josh Ward did last year, which made him a pretty average pick, to be honest. Will Phillips for the Kangaroos. We love to see it. I'm a big fan of Will Phillips, and I really hope that he has a fantastic season. I've got him at MA and should be spending, and hopefully we get to see the best of him for 2023. The three rookies who got on the bench is Matty Johnson. Could be in the frame for round one, from what I've heard. This one's funny. The most recent video I did is like 12 blokes I'd never pick, that I won't be picking my team round one, and one of them was Charlie Constable. Now, this was before I knew that Charlie Constable is going to be playing as a halfback, so I didn't really know that. And we see the Gold Coast injury list with all their halfbacks being out. It looks like Ben Long's going to be spending a bit of time, and same with Charlie Constable. And that's just made me lock him in. So I do apologise for that, but I didn't expect the change of role. So that's the reason he's in my team. And Oscar Baker, he's, according to Mitch Cleary, I think said it, he's in the frame for round one. So I like to hear that. We'll get the rucks out of the way. Now, my two rucks are very different from my last team update. First off, we've got Jared Witts. He's going to be the sole. I think I've said this in a few of my videos. I'm going to be targeting rucks that are just the sole rucks. So Jared Witts is just going to be the number one ruck. He won't get subbed out. He'll just be running all day, having a pinch hit in the ruck, even if he's not worth the 600K price tag. And look, I just want to lock him in because we're seeing so many issues now with all these rucks where you just got to sometimes just pay up a little bit and lock him in. So, and then Rowan Marshall's the other one. Still, probably the only ruck he's probably the only ruck lock at the minute for me. Wits can change, but I guess Madden's an absolute lock too. I didn't know he was injured though. That's news to me, but Marshall just absolutely flying, will be the sole ruck, you would think. And I think Tommy Campbell playing is not off the cards with all the St Kilda injuries at this stage. So we'll see. Josh Dunkley, just the biggest lock. I don't even have to talk about this too much, but he's just an absolute superstar. This will be the last year we have him in our forward line, so enjoy him while you can. I mean, to be honest, he'll probably be a bloke that we're picking in the midfields next year. He's just that good of a player. So who's the other ones? We've got Timmy Taranto. No, who's more expensive? Is it Rosie? Yeah, Rosie's more expensive. I prefer him over Butters because less of an injury risk, and there's a very high ceiling for Connor Rosie. He's an absolute superstar for the power. And then Timmy Taranto won't put a foot wrong. Hasn't put a foot wrong for the Tigers so far in pre-season. And yeah, he's just an absolute ripper to have in the forward line. Potentially another bloke we won't have. Actually, all three of these blokes we might not see in our forward line for 2024. Now, this one's a new one, and I was only just thinking about it today. My mate actually suggested it. It's Marcus Windhager. Now, I think last time I had Sam Flanders in my side. I haven't got Sam Flanders in my team. My ankle's a bit sore for some reason, but doesn't matter. Marcus Windhager, I think why I'm picking Windhager so far early days over Flanders is we heard the most recent news about Flanders in the match sim, and he's a half forward moving up to the stoppages, which I don't know. where Windhager, I would expect him to be spending as a full-time midfielder, and I'd be very surprised if he isn't a full-time midfielder at the Saints. And so there's a couple of things. Hopefully he's not doing any tagging, and I don't think St Kilda are in the position where they should be just forcing Windhager to just be a tagger. I think you've got to let him free a little bit, and I think he can do a bit more than that. 266K price tag if he isn't tagging. And another thing is, look, if it turns out that Sam Flanders is going to be spending a fair bit more time in that Gold Coast midfield, if we find out during the Amy series or any news or whatever, then I will swap him to. Then I will swap Windhager to Sam Flanders, because Sam Flanders has certainly got a high ceiling in terms of scoring, from what I can tell, because of the VFL numbers are just absolutely insane for Sam Flanders, and that's why we're hearing a little bit of noise about him. Because if he can get that good role, then obviously he's going to play a lot more. He's obviously going to score quite well for a play at that price tag. But look, for now, I'm just going the security of a role with Windhager. So shout out to my mate Spud, who let me know about the pick, and I was kind of like, yeah, okay. Then I did a little bit more digging into it, and I'm actually quite happy with the pick over Flanders at this point in time. All right, we've got 4 more players. Let's smash it out. I've been trying a little bit harder to make this a quicker video. Oscar Allen for the Eagles. Jack Darling's touch and go for round 1. We want Darling playing, so it's not just on us. Oscar Allen kick goals. He'll get more attention otherwise. So hopefully Darling's all good to go for round 1. Yeah, I just think Allen, if he can just, I think he's got some good games early of North Melbourne, GWS, etc. So if he can kick a bag against those sides, then his price will certainly skyrocket, and that's what I'm expecting, because I really rate him as a talent. I think he'll do very well as the permanent key forward, and I think we're in for a better year for the Eagles. So that's what I suspect. And then Toby McLean, pretty easy pick here from the Dogs. Hopefully he can get into the team. All right, now let's just get this one over and done with. Fergus Green for the Hawks, with Mitch Lewis out for the first 4 rounds at least for the season. I think Fergus Green it's certainly got a bigger chance now of playing each and every week for the Hawks. And then Blake Drury, I don't know much about him, but apparently he's playing off that half back line and looking really good for the Kangaroos. So I didn't really expect that, but here we are. So look, this is my final team. I won't lie, boys. I am still debating whether I do one more league. I probably should, but I'm already up to, if I did do one more SuperCoach league, I would be up to 8 leagues. And I want to leave a fair few spots for my mates and all that stuff. Like, I'm already in 7 leagues right now, and we're still roughly about we're actually we might be less than a month away till round 1. So yeah, look, I'll give it some thought. I'm already in 2 of the leagues. Me and SuperCoach Pro did one together, and and I did one just for myself. I'm debating whether that should be my last one. I'll see how things are looking. But yeah, guys, that's my team. Let me know if you want me to do any team previews. A lot of guys, a lot of super coaches are doing it, so why not give it a go myself? That's how I'm thinking. So yeah, look, thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the lack of content over the past few weeks. I guess we're just in a little bit of a mini dry spell at this point in time for content. So yeah, look, I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you maybe with some team previews for you guys. Like and subscribe, guys. Cheers. Have a good one.